Hello and welcome back to OhMoti, your one-stop destination for all things motivation. Here at OhMoti we aim to motivate and inspire you. We want you to become a better version of yourself. In today's video we want to introduce a man named Fernando, who moved from his own country and created a huge success in another. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. On June 6, 1961, a young Italian arrived in Stockholm. His name was Fernando Di Luca and he had ridden his Lambretta scooter all the way from Fano, Italy to the Swedish capital. He had trained as an accountant and had a promising future in a bank, but to him, that job was equivalent to becoming a monk, and that was unthinkable. Fernando wanted to go to England to learn the language, but ended up in Sweden and stayed. His first job in Stockholm was as a dishwasher at the Grand Hotel. In 1963, Fernando was hired as a porter at the Scandic Malmen Hotel in Medborgarplatsen. Here, he quickly became the go-to person for guests with both big and small needs, thanks to his excellent memory and service-minded attitude. He was now establishing a steady life in Sweden, and at the hotel, he met Louise, whom he married in 1969 and started a family with. However, there were things he missed from Italy: his mother's cooking and a sense of independence. An important foundation in my mother's and all Italian food is olive oil. In Sweden at that time, it was only sold as a laxative in pharmacies. So Fernando started trying to sell olive oil to the grocery stores Vivo, Favor and Ica, but they didn't believe in it. So, he offered corn oil, a much cheaper oil that turned out to be more interesting. But for them to dare to invest, they wanted to know how great the demand for the oil really was. Fernando had a list of various stores in the Stockholm area and visited them all. 70% turned out to be positive, which convinced the grocery stores. In 1971, he signed a contract with them to sell corn oil, which he bought from an Italian producer named Zeta. Fernando registered that name in Sweden and changed the logo to the yellow shape with black text that we still use today. After oil, he began looking at the offering of pasta in Sweden. In the mid-1970s, about 75% were instant and ideal noodles, 10% were spaghetti, and the remaining was imported. But he missed a wider variety and quality. In 1974, Fernando Di Luca introduced the Italian pasta producer Barilla to the same chains that had previously taken in corn oil. Fernando sold it by borrowing a folder from a traveling sales representative with slides that showed the Italian lifestyle, including pictures of green tagliatelle and green lasagna. He sold the pictures to magazines like Femina and Demernes Varald and then took the articles written there to the grocery store buyers. They bit, and Barilla quickly became huge. The success with corn oil and Barilla led the grocery stores to also take a chance on olive oil in the same year, which is the red thread in all Italian cooking, and Zeta extra virgin olive oil was launched. The growth allowed Fernando Di Luca in 1997 to negotiate the exclusive right to the name Zeta in all of Scandinavia and to have it registered throughout Europe. He was alone in the company for a long time. Only in 1985, when the Italian kitchen became increasingly popular in the Swedish market, could he hire staff. Now the company was growing rapidly. Fernando Di Luca valued his employees greatly, believing that good and dedicated staff was essential to develop the company. He always looked for people who shared his passion for quality and his Italian heritage. He was a strict but fair boss, always setting high standards for himself and his employees. Under his leadership, Zeta grew into a successful company that is now a household name in Sweden. They offer a wide range of quality food products, including pasta, olive oil, canned tomatoes, and balsamic vinegar. Today, Zeta is one of the leading importers of Italian food products in Scandinavia, and their products are sold in most grocery stores in the region. Even though Fernando Di Luca passed away in 2011, his legacy lives on. Zeta is still a family-owned business, run by his children, who have inherited their father's passion for quality and authenticity. The company continues to innovate and expand, always staying true to its roots and the Italian heritage that Fernando Di Luca brought to Sweden over 60 years ago. In summary, Fernando Di Luca was a young Italian man who came to Stockholm in 1961, worked as a porter, and eventually became a successful entrepreneur. He introduced Swedish consumers to quality Italian food products, such as olive oil and pasta, and founded the Zeta brand, which is now a household name in Sweden. He valued good employees and was a strict but fair boss. His legacy continues through his family and the successful business he built. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. We hope you enjoyed learning about Fernando Di Luca and his inspiring story. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Until next time, stay motivated.